Today marks 1439 days share lessons I learned and continue to learn with you. I hope these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help achieve your goals, and really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today is a little bit different topic. Today is not about you, not about me, but about other person. Let's imagine that the person really comes to you and says that I want more of my life. I know that there is something more in my life. I really want to achieve greater success within my life. At that moment, what you potentially could do, what kind of advice you potentially could give. And I think that the most important part to understand is challenge. And I think that the best mentor, the best coach, the best leader will learn how to challenge the person who is coming for advice. One thing is that's very, very common, including myself. I think that when I thought about mentor or guide, I always used to think that is basically giving wisdom, giving advice. But I think that the most important part for a mentor, a guide, and leader is not to give information, but to challenge other person. And there are a lot of things that you challenge that person on. And today we'll share seven things to challenge other person just to make sure that they're able to live a better life. But challenge, where it's coming from? Challenge most time is coming from questions, great questions that allows other person to really feel uncomfortable, because I think that mentorship is not supposed to be comfortable procedure. Mentorship is not supposed to be that you waiting for. Mentorship is supposed to be something that you're going into prepared to be stretched, transformed, evolved, and that means that is uncomfortable to go into beliefs and things that really makes you question things. And that's where the true growth happens. And I think that too many mentors are too nice. And I think that mentor needs to be a good woman or a good man. Because probably you've heard there is nice men and there is good men. And if you really want to be a guide, mentor, a coach, you need to be a good man, not nice. Because nice people will tell you what you need to hear, nice people will tell you what you want to hear. Good men, good people will tell you what you need to hear. And that's what you need to hear is a challenge. Challenge the things that you are going through. Now, there are just 7 things that we need to challenge as a mentor, as a guide, as a coach, other person who's coming and asking, I want a better life. And there is a 7 things. Number 1 is a clarity on a vision. I think that we need to really challenge that, because sometimes people believe that this is their vision, but I think that vision sometimes is put on them by their peers, by their family, by other things, by rather wrong beliefs. So I think that sometimes the beautiful question that you can ask in the vision side and challenging, if you got everything you think you want, would it be fulfilling or just impressive? Would it be fulfilling or just impressive? Because sometimes you pursue visions because it looks great, it looks impressive. So do you want to really inspire people, or do you want to really look great in front of people? And again, do you want to have friends? Do you want to have followers? And I think that people want to have friends, but a lot of times when people pursue visions, they get followers rather than friends. So I think that clarity of vision and challenging, I really understand that this is exactly what I wanted. Because if it's I think this is what I want. This is not true clear vision. Clarity requires assertiveness. And I think that the more questions you ask about your vision, the more assertive you can become. And that's exactly where the coach and mentor could help and give a hand. Number 2 is a limiting beliefs. Every single mentor will need to challenge limiting beliefs, because we have beliefs and sometimes those beliefs are blindsided and they're blind spots. We don't believe because those beliefs are subconscious, and the great questions could allow to uncover what kind of beliefs are we taking actions on. Because sometimes we can believe that we have one belief, but when actually we look into our own actions, we realize that maybe we operate on limiting beliefs. And we're able to ask great question. Who told you that story? And why are you carrying it still? I think a lot of times our beliefs are coming from stories. Those stories that we tell, and those stories puts us into beliefs. And then we can really ask ourselves where those stories are coming from. Is that true? Because sometimes we have those stories that are actually not our stories, other people's stories that we keep into our mind space. And and keep it as true. And then we need to remove them and put into other places as false stories. And then adapt new stories that's really uplifting us rather than discouraging us. Number 3, fear and comfort zone. And I think that this is one of the most important thing for a mentor to challenge a person who really wants to grow is fear and comfort. I think that every single person has a fear and seeks comfort, and it's easy to fall into that. And that's why every single person will need to really look at you. And one of the beautiful questions is, where in your life are you playing small to avoid risk? Where in your life you play small to avoid risk? That's an amazing question because what I'm fearful for? What I'm fearful of? And then look at, okay, where I'm comfortable right now. In which part of my life I am comfortable? Because if say I'm very comfortable right now in my life, that shows that maybe there's nothing that you do that is actually stretching you. And if you want to really, you said that you want the best out of your life, you want more out of your life, but you do something that is comfortable for you right now. So that means that this again, where the mentor, a good person, good people, will challenge, say, like, if you really want out something of life, that means it's required you to do something that scares you every single day. How willing are you to really do something that you're fearful, that stretches your comfort zone? Because if you're not willing, that means that you say that you want thing, but otherwise you don't do anything. Number 4 is identity and self-image. Every single person will need to be challenged on their self-image and identity. We can challenge ourselves, but sometimes we forget to challenge ourselves and we need some support, and then the mentor comes in and challenges our way of how we look ourselves. And then it's like, who do you need to become to live the life you want? Who do you need to become? So that means when you see that vision, and what kind of person you need to become, what kind of character you need to have, what kind of values you need, what kind of skill sets, all those things need to be discovered and built and created by yourself. And that's why we need to challenge. Because sometimes we believe of ourselves, oh, this is not who I am. Who taught you? Who said that you're not that kind of person? It might be that you, okay, let's accept it. It might be that you don't have the character, the skills. Maybe you don't have it right now. That's all fine. But we need to know where we start, that know where the gap is, that who you need to become. And I think that is the most important part is that, okay, so where you are, have massive awareness and reflect on that. But the most important part is not who you are right now, but who you want to become. Because if you're willing, you will fill the gap. And again, this is a challenge that person needs to do, the mentor needs to do, is challenge their identity. Just like, this is a story again. This is a story you tell about yourself that you're not able to change who you are. Number 5 is habits and discipline. This is what we need to challenge. So it means that people say, oh, I want to be very, very successful. I want you to achieve this and this and this. Okay, so show me a calendar. Do your daily habits reflect your future vision? Because I think that's sometimes when we say like, I really want to achieve success, but my daily routines doesn't show anything. So that means we need to really build something in daily routines, in daily habits, and discipline them and do the right thing. Because sometimes, of course, I understand that some people just do not do the right thing because they do not know what to do. At that moment, mentor could be great to really challenge, understand. But when you know what to do, and you have a second meeting with your mentor and say like, this is what I want to do, but show me what you did in last week. We discovered that this is what you need to do. Did you do that? In self-discipline. So there's a challenge so that I know that you said that you want to do certain things, but did you do that? I think that sometimes some people don't know what to do. Doing something is more important than doing nothing. I think that, again, when you're struggling and you do not know what to do, the most important part to do something. Read a book. That's rather do something better than nothing. And I think that's again the most important part is that when people really want to do something in their life better, they don't wait for something. They do something. No matter what it is. Go to business network events. Go to some other places just to get out of their own way of doing things. And something will lead to something. Number 6, responsibility. We need to challenge on responsibility because I know that it's easy to blame. But people who succeed are taking ownership. They don't rent their life, they own their life. And if you own something, you take care of it. When you rent, a lot of times you don't when you look into your home, if you rent, a lot of times you do not renovate because the owner is responsible for renovation. But when you own your life and you own your house, you renovate because you want to make sure that it's the best place. And exactly the same in your own life. Take responsibility for inner world, inner house, and outside world. Otherwise, we need to ask is your results 100% your responsibility? What needs to change right now to make sure that you live fully accountable, fully responsible for your life? Maybe you gave away some things to other people. This is, oh, my health is responsible for this person. Or my wife, my husband is responsible for my nutrition. Maybe if the nutrition is not great, maybe say like, this is my full responsibility for finances, for my health, for my inner health. What do I need to do? Maybe it's not my fault that something went the wrong direction, but it's my damn responsibility to really make it better right now with the actions. And last one, probably two more. One is patience and urgency. And that's, again, the most important thing is that I love the question, are you willing? Are you willing to commit for years, not just weeks? When people say like, oh, I have this massive vision, do you know that it will take a decade, potentially maybe 2 decades to achieve that massive vision? Are you willing to wait for that? Are you willing to wait for those decades? I think that is, again, so what kind of vision you want to set? Maybe sometimes it's a challenge on that massive vision. Because if you really want that vision, that means it doesn't matter how long it will take. And that is where it comes patience and urgency. Do right now what is important, because urgency is doing today, starting today. And patience, keep doing that until achieve it. Because if you will wait, like I said, that you can start at 30, you'll finish at 50. But if you start at 40, you'll finish at 60. And most likely that journey will require 20 years. But when you will start and when you finish, you'll match when you start. So urgency and patience is always working together. And last one is that I think that every single person wants to challenge a vision. Someone else's vision is contribution and meaning. And the question is, how does your vision improve life of others? Not just you. I think that every single person wants to contribute. Maybe at the moment they are hurt, or which could be the light in their heart is covered by some dirt. But I think that when you're really taking care of yourself, at some point you will want to include others in your vision. It could be your friends, it could be your family, it could be somebody bigger, it could be a million people. But we always need to ask again how your vision will help and support and add value to the people around you. I think it's a beautiful question. When we challenge that and really start to include others in our vision becomes bigger. And because our vision is bigger, we are sometimes willing to do the more things necessary to achieve that vision. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I think that, again, when you think about this challenging people, I think that's why so little people are able to be amazing mentors, because challenging people is one of the key skills in mentorship, in sales, in leadership, because that leads to uncomfortable, difficult conversations. Hold accountable a person for their wants, desires, needs, aspirations, and making sure that they do the right thing, what they need to do, not what they want to do, what they need to do to make sure that they achieve what they said that they want to achieve. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.